Hello everyone, GenmaTheSamurai here, and if you noticed, I got a haircut. So, really quick, I wanted to do this video as a random vlog. I don't really do enough videos where I kind of just talk, to you guys, about stuff. It's also really weird looking at this haircut. But yeah, so I just felt like I should do a video to kind of talk to you guys a little bit, because a lot of my vlogs, I do it to announce things, and I feel it might be a little bit refreshing to just kind of talk to you guys for once. I've done a few streams sometimes to do that, but regardless, I just felt like I'd make a video to talk about some recent events, and just talk to you guys, because I'm going to be making another announcement video pretty soon, and I just kind of wanted to put this out here, in case you guys wanted to wonder what could lead to me making such a decision, so you guys can understand. So to begin with, stuff has been kind of hard recently. So it's reached that time of the year where a lot of jobs are kind of cutting down on people's hours. I need to go and turn that on, do not disturb. Anyways, so, yeah, stuff has been going on for, the last few weeks in terms of my job, and I have lost a work day and have one less hour on Saturdays, and, my supervisor, she has been making me leave early a lot of days, and I don't even work that often to begin with. I started this job while I was attending, college last semester, and I was taking this semester off so I could focus on, getting money so I could, pay for things and stuff, so I, focus on jobs and other stuff, and, essentially, it's been really hard just dealing with the fact that, I barely made anything. We're talking, $10 an hour, and I would only work, 5 hours, and I would only work 3 days. I only had 3 days a week. Now I only have 2, and one of them I only work 4, and she very often makes me leave early, especially on Sunday nights, which is when I work. So, as it is right now, I am earning very little, and I'm currently looking for another job. In fact, that is why I got this haircut. I do, in fact, have a job interview tomorrow. I'll probably upload this tonight, just because. But yeah, I do have, a job interview tomorrow, so that's why I cut my hair. So, yeah, I don't personally. I prefer long hair, and this is probably going to be weird looking to a lot of you guys. I have a very long head, and, I always forget that until I cut my hair. But anyway, yeah, so as far as, when it comes to that, that's been a thing that I've had to deal with recently, and, among other things that have been going on, I have started my comic again, but balancing it in YouTube has, made things, well, it's been easier now that I have more free time due to my boss, but I do need money, because, I barely earn anything. So as it is, yeah, I need to get a different job, and once I get that, it's going to be a lot harder to balance, comics and, YouTube and stuff, so I just wanted to clarify really quick for you guys. If, it becomes hard for me to upload something, you'll know why. In other news, my sleep schedule has also been a little bit messed up. I'm not sure why, but, it is really hard for me to fall asleep before 2 a.m. I'm not sure, I would start to go to sleep at, 9, and then I'd just get really restless, and next thing I know, it's 2 in the morning, because I would go to do something. I'm not sure why that is, per se. All I do know is that, I have been unable to correct it, and for the last week, I have been running on a lack of sleep, because, due to my family routines, I always have to get up at, 7 for, a brief little bit, and then I wake up at, 10 or 11 in the afternoon. That's been for the last week, and, I want to get up earlier if I can help it, because I can get more stuff done that way, but it's been, really hard to like push myself to. So that's just kind of stuff that's been going on recently in terms of sleep schedule and other stuff. And again, once I get another job, comics are gonna be harder to balance. So yeah, I mean, one thing that would, and this is gonna be relevant when I make a video about this, is that I am probably going to see if I can get some, you know, help, like, through, like, you know, money, Patreon thing, whatever. Just, the thing is, like, with a lot of stuff that I do, the amount of commitment I put into my YouTube is almost like a full-time job, which may sound weird to a lot of you guys, but spitting out a video every single day and finding the time to do all of this stuff, especially with like some of the like effort I go into, like, you know, making custom thumbnails and making that like different end slates and stuff for like every video. Even though like the artwork may be consistent, you know, I always try and have different music or other stuff. There's like, you know, my weekly live streams. There's me cameoing on everyone else's YouTube stuff, to the point that this is getting a little bit exhausting for me. That said, I love it. I love, you know, entertaining you guys and being there. But like now that I have my comics in the mix too, and a potential other job, it's gonna be really hard. Like, guys, at this moment, I have almost no actual social life, which is funny, because, you know, in a way, a lot of you guys are my social life. Like, I talk to you guys, and you guys entertain me, but, like, I spend so much time making videos. It's interesting. Like my real life friends, they'll, like, message me every once in a while, and I'll talk to them, but, like, I haven't hung out with a lot of them in a while, partly because a lot of them live outside of town. If a lot of them live closer, I probably would talk to some of them more. But yeah, so it's been really difficult, kind of just trying to juggle everything. I mean, that's kind of been my YouTube and comic career in a nutshell, just juggling, you know, time around, and it's gotten pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it's just stuff like that that's been, like, really difficult. So I just kind of wanted to make this video really quick, just kind of, again, let you guys know what's been going on with me recently. And I guess it'd also be an interesting time to talk about the fact that, like, I actually almost canceled my comic the other day. And it legit was just, I'm not sure what happened. It was something where I was just having, like, a really, like, for lack of a better word, performance anxiety toward what I was making, because I was wanting to create the best thing I could, and I was just looking at what I'd originally written, and I was freaking out. And you know, I was randomly messaged by you know, one of my really good comic friends from back when I was on Ink Blazers, who read my DeviantArt post at the time. It's now deleted because the post is no longer, like, relevant. Like, I don't mean what I said anymore. But is that, like, yeah, he came over and he talked to me and helped me to kind of, like, realize, like, you know, I should just create what I want to create. And it was just, yeah, it was really cool that he went and did that. Again, thank you so much, Che Bareku. You're, like, the best, man. So yeah, as it is, I am so happy to be working on my comic again. Like, it was this really weird empty feeling when it came to that, because I felt so bad that, like, I hadn't updated it in a really long time. And now that, like, I'm actually working on it again, it is so fun. It is so fun making it and drawing this stuff. And I was really able to quickly get back into the groove. Granted, I think it takes slightly longer for me to make the pages now than it did before, because, like, usually it would take 3 hours to do, like, the whole shebang, like, line out in pencil and, like, then ink, but now it takes, like, 4 hours just to ink. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just the specific part of the comic where I'm in, like, the forest and stuff, But guys, you guys should probably look forward to it. I'm happy with it. I'm showing it to like a few people in my family who they're liking it a bit. And again, Song of Rebirth is a comic I've been working on for a really long time, and I hope you guys will show your support for it. Again, I'll probably get some sort of support function if you guys do want to, contribute to me, because it would help move things along a bit more. Like, I do hope to make my comics, at least my comics, a job, but I also know this is the internet. Doing that is going to be really hard, or next to impossible, or just straight up time consuming. But that said, any support you guys give will be just wholeheartedly appreciated. But again, don't do it because I'm telling you to. Just, do it if you guys feel like you want to do it, And I know there's probably going to be some people who are going to be calling me a sellout when I make that video or something, but, this stuff is time consuming, guys. Again, as we talk about the videos, so, a successful video, depending on what it is, typically my videos are like a half hour, with some exceptions. So, Symphonia is like 40 minutes long, typically. So, that one in particular is also the most inconvenient one to record. And the main reason for doing that is, I usually have, this window. So to talk about my window of recording, and not so much, my window of uploading, because I've talked about my window of uploading. Mondays, I typically try to bulk record Pokemon Emerald and Zelda Oracle of Seasons. So that is the ones that, what series I can bulk, I record then, and then probably one Tales of Symphonia part. But because of the way I do Tales of Symphonia, is I try to leave at least one day for you guys to comment advice before, I go and make another part. Tonight might be an exception. I might go and record one. Just because, the job interview thing, and I have to record Sacred Stones. But as it is, it does take a while to, go and... so it takes like a half hour to 40 minutes to be able to record, an episode. Then actually editing it can take around 15 minutes sometimes. Sometimes it can be faster. It depends on what series it is. It depends on what edits I'm doing. But I want to say probably at most it would take 15 minutes. But while that doesn't sound like much, you do have to remember I upload a video every single day. And within all of these days, I try and do a comic page too. Now, the comic pages are one of the more time-consuming things. For those of you guys who have tuned into the more recent comic stream, that took 4 hours just to ink the page. That is normal. For me, when I draw my comic pages, it takes hours. In fact, usually what happens with my current thing that I do, and maybe this is why I'm up late, is around 10 o'clock I will start sketching out the page, looking at a little rough draft thing that I have, and I will basically just look at it, and I will just start sketching out, what I'm going to ink the next day, and then, next day I go and ink it and complete the page. And so doing that takes 4 hours, like I said. So yeah, it's very time consuming, and it can be pretty tiring, day by day doing that. My hand was cramping at the end of that stream last time, guys. So yeah, I try to upload that about as regularly as I do, the actual, Let's Play videos. Though editing that can take a bit of time, too, because I have to, erase, what text I wrote and actually put in edited fonts and stuff. So doing that with comic pages takes a while, too. So it's all very time-consuming, and it's stuff that, can be very hard to, do. at least for me anyway. And I would hope to be able to spit out more, because in terms of that comic, I mean, I've talked about it before, and I'm just kind of accepting of it at this point, because there's no way I can force myself to do too much, is that Song of Rebirth is a very expansive comic in terms of its scope, and doing the whole thing would, at some point, it would have to become my job, because I don't have all the time in the world to make that comic. It could take a really long time to make it. The actual amount of things, it wouldn't even I wouldn't even say it would be like a third of like Naruto's total runtime. I mean, I would say like the actual length would probably be more comparable to maybe something like I would hope something more like Full Metal Alchemist, but the rate at which I spit out pages is the main problem, which, you know, I mean, it might sound reasonable, is that like I could probably get like, you know, 31 pages done a month, because again, I would try to get a page done every day. My chapters can usually go anywhere from 40 to 50 pages, so there's a lot of space to cover, and this could take a lot of years at the rate it's going. So again, I'm hoping at some point I could, but I am very passionate about, you know, creating the comic. It's, again, the rate at which I can get it out is the biggest problem, and this is completely on my free time, and is completely for free. I'm not getting paid for making this, and, you know, it's something that I love to do, and I'm passionate about bringing to you guys no matter what, and I'm happy to see people read and, like, have their responses and all that other stuff. It just, you know, it can be a little bit hard, so I just kind of wanted to clear up on that really quick, you know what I mean, guys? But anyways, back on to just, so there's that, and then of course there's the live streams. So typically my live streams can go up to 4 hours. When we're talking about when I'm on other people's live streams is where it can be a little bit different. There's also like scheduling. So for me, I can't really do any recording stuff past I want to say, usually I can't do anything past 9:30ish my time, because it would be creating noise and stuff. So there's whole scheduling issues with that. Now granted, afterwards it's great for, again, working on my comic stuff, but yeah, in terms of all that, it can be a little bit of a nightmare. So I'm hoping to maybe get someone to edit some of my videos or something. I don't know. I would also love to bring back Genma to Ashes at some point. But then that one's also a wild card, because me and my friend Ash have to meet up, and actually recording that is, that one is definitely bulk recorded. We would only be able to meet up like once a week for that one. And then there's the process of actually uploading the pages, not the pages, but like the videos, you know, day by day. And that one actually can require more editing work than my actual videos, just because of the borders and other random funny edits. Granted, they're only like 15-minute videos, or at least what we aim for typically. But it definitely does take a lot more editing work than my own. So if that one does come back, we need an editor for it, and that would have to be like the main criteria for doing it. So I can't guarantee if that's going to come back anytime soon. Again, at least that's my viewpoint on it. You probably would have to talk to Ash on that one, in terms of what he thinks on it, because I mean, he has a more hectic schedule too, and because he's actually like really into what he's doing in his college. So yeah. So as far as like all of this other stuff, it's a little bit overwhelming. Now granted, of course, a lot of this can also be attributed to the fact that, like, the sleep schedule thing. I've always been really bad with my sleep schedule. So as I've been like recording these, like, yeah, I'm really tired most of the time, and like I have to. It's gotten to a point that I've actually had to force myself to record a few videos over the last few days. So I might end up taking like a week off just so I can correct my sleep schedule and just chill out, you know? And then hopefully at that point I'll figure it out. I don't know. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time with that one. So, yeah. What else? I don't know. I think that's like the general gist of some stuff that's been going on recently. Again, I am super happy to be creating content for you guys. And again, I'm super stoked about the comic, and I would really hope that you guys would check it out at least. Not saying you guys have to like it, you know, my comic, but I would hope that you guys would check it out. You know, maybe in the future I'll find a way to make like a YouTube version of my comic. I'm not sure how I would go about it. I have a few ideas. But the editing work for like what I'm thinking would be stuff that would be very new to me, and I have to think of how I would approach doing the said thing. So, yeah. Well, either way, I think I've said enough. And this whole time, and I'm only now addressing it, it's really warm in here. I have my fan going. It's really weird because we went from like really cold weather to it just being really warm. Maybe it's just the heaters and stuff. I don't know. It's just... But yeah, so either way, I seriously thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. This was a thing, and I'm glad that I got to talk with you guys about this. And I hope you guys, you know, that this was cool to you guys for me to make a video like this. Maybe I'll do more in the future. I don't know, it's just... Yeah. There's job, time, comics, maybe Patreon. I definitely have commissions though, so just more on that when I go and make the art video. But and I'm not sure how I'll approach it. I might do it like either just strictly to announce Patreon, or maybe I'll do it as like hello everyone, this is who I am as a content creator video. I would probably do it chibi that way, because usually when I talk to my comic fan base on my website, I use that little avatar character, so I'll probably do it that way. I don't know, but yeah, either way, this was fun, and I think I've talked long enough. So, I'll see you guys later, and hope you all have a very nice day, or night, and yeah, alright, so, see you guys later. Alright, bye!